I'm just soaking it all up and reflecting on the week from, the first day that I met the girls to celebrating in the Arabian Gulf together. It just makes me realize just how impressed I am with every single one of those young ladies. It was a phenomenal week, and they all stepped up when they needed to, and I couldn't ask for more from them. When the girls were arriving and I was meeting them, I was asking them if they knew anyone else on the team, and they barely knew each other. So what I quickly decided to do was to get them all together as much as possible. So we were having evening meetings, and not really discussing golf in the meetings, but just interesting facts about ourselves, just to get to know each other. And these meetings turned into, very fun evenings, and it just made everyone more relaxed. And I could see that, they were getting very comfortable with each other, which was the main thing for me because of having to put them into their pairings. I wanted them to be comfortable with each other because many of them didn't know each other. And I think that worked really well. I always knew that we had the team that could win, but I also knew that Europe were very strong. We had a very comfortable day on the first day. I think we were leading 7-3. And then on the second day, the second session, 4 out of the 5 matches went to the 18th green. Out of those 3 matches, they were drawn with birdie putts. All of the players from both teams really stepped up. And that's when I really thought, game on. This could be a very close contest. Yes, that was a particularly nerve-wracking session. And the atmosphere was fantastic, from both teams being on the green, the cheering, the clutch putts that both teams were getting. It really was. It was stunning golf to watch. But I did say to the players that evening, they had to think about my heart and, not to make it too nerve-wracking for me on the following day. I didn't know whether I could take it. Firstly, I thought because they were 3 points behind, they would put out the first 3 players would be strong players to try and even up the match. And I had a feeling that Lottie Woad, the world number 1, would be put out first. And Ella was playing such fantastic golf. I thought I wanted to put her out first. I wanted to put her out against Lottie. I felt that she was really up to the challenge. So we had, to be honest, we had a lot of strong players, but I also wanted to keep strength at, towards the end, just in case it was very close again. Some of the players had really proved that on the second day that they could handle pressure. So I kept a couple of players to the end, knowing that they'd shown how well they could handle the pressure. So that was generally the way of thinking. It was phenomenal. The way they went out, the way they stepped up, just watching the leaderboard, watching all that gold. I always thought it's not over till it's over. So I never got too excited. I was trying to keep calm and just keep encouraging the girls. We were out there with food and drink, just keeping them going and telling them basically, don't take your foot off the pedal. Keep it up. Yes, it did. Yes. Yeah. I mean, Ella was excited to be playing against Lottie. And I mean, the way she finished that match in such style as well was so impressive. Obviously, word gets back to the other players and they're all getting excited. They're all getting very determined. And as the players were finishing their matches, they were going straight back to caddy for the girls behind them. I think that made me more happy than anything, that they'd formed this bond and they were just out there supporting each other. There was no weakness in the team at all. I look through all of those players now and I just think that they're all going to be stars. Joanne had just turned 15 and yet she had so much composure on the course and she was the youngest player on the team. And I mean, they just had so much strength and determination and courage, all of them. I'm trying to remember when it was, because it was just, there were so many matches finishing together that I think I was with Phyllis, and we suddenly realized we'd got the 5 points. I mean, it wasn't until we got the 5 points. I never, before that, I never celebrated. I was excited, but we suddenly realized we'd got the 5 points. We were still following the girls. There wasn't really 1 point until we looked at the score and saw that we'd got the 5 points we needed. And I think at that point, we just got another point as well. So, but yeah, so it was incredible.